Alright, welcome back, fellow adventurers, to Let's Play Zork Nemesis. In the last video, we finished bringing back the purified metal associated with the element of fire in the monastery. And this time, we're going to move to the place associated with Mars, or Mars. And I believe this is known as the Irondune Fortress. So, the question again becomes, is this interface going to cooperate with me? That's Jupiter. Let's see. Whoops. One more notch. Come on. I think this is it. Okay, so here we are again, and once more the planet appears right here, and all you have to do is click that if you want to return back to the temple without actually completing this particular stage. Looks like we're up on a tower right now, and it seems pretty clear why this is called Irondune Fortress. It seems to be in the middle of the desert. So let's have a look around, shall we? Left or right? So, by convention, we'll go left first. Let's see what's up here. Sounds like somewhere off in the... outside the fortress, perhaps, there's a war going on. Suit of armor that we can either move the visor up and down if we wish. Doesn't look like there's anything else in this little area, so let's go into this room. Cannot look at the bookshelf. Looks like we can look vertically, plus we have a mirror. Let's see if I can read this. It's pretty small. This is to well, first is draft notice, so that's what this is. This is to certify that Lucien Kaine, by the powers vested by the authority of Seigneur General of the Royal Quendorian Army, you are hereby drafted into the ranks of the military forces of the Desert River Regiment, Maj 5th, 944. General Thaddeus Kane, Desert River Regiment. Okay. So it looks like Lucien's own father made sure that his son had to go into the army. Since that's a draft notice, it's not a volunteer slip. Ah, it looks like down on the floor there's a couple things. Let's see, is there anything up here? No. Whoops. Ah. Can't open the closet, so let's see what's here. We have gunpowder in a sack. Oh, that bodes well for later on in the game. And a note. Lucien, I have decided that you will be joining me on the hunt next week. I think you will come to appreciate the art of the sport. We don't have much time to prepare. You don't seem to have any kind of knife of your own, so I thought you might make something out of my old broken one. There's no scabbard for it. An empty one will do. Kane. But I don't see any knife around the floor. Nope. But it seems like Lucien and his father really don't appreciate the same hobbies. Let's just say that for now. Okay, let's see. Looks like there's a book on the bed. Can we actually get, maybe? No, that comes across the bed. Yeah, maybe we can't look at the book. Can't do anything with that door. Let's see, maybe if we're out here, can we look at the book then? Nope, I guess we're just not allowed to look at it. Let's see about this desk over here. Looks like some paintings and some drawing and art supplies. So chances are Lucien was an artist. That may be why he didn't get along with his military father very well. Several things here. Note from Alexandria. Lucien, I love you. I have written you that today. Oh, have I written you that today? I'm distracted and playing quite horribly. I have been having nightmares again, the same ones. My father is performing some Zorcastrian fire ritual, and the flames leap up higher and higher until they devour him. He screams in pain, but I cannot move. Then the sky grows dark, and I cannot see the sun. I don't know what it means. I know I worry as his illness worsens. Come tonight. I am afraid. Alexandria. Okay. She might have been foreseeing this eclipse event that happened at the beginning of the game. Oops, me. Looks like a ticket. Oh, that must have been what she sent him. Because if she's at the conservatory, like we saw in her notes in the monastery, then she would have, I guess, sent him this ticket so that he could attend the conservatory when she was performing, perhaps. Okay, second note. Lucien, you are right. Something is going on. We must leave. I wrote Father, telling him everything and asking him to marry us. Father will miss me, but he'll understand. We will escape to the Westlands. I'm not frightened, Lucien. I know everything will be all right if I am with you. Does that sound childish? I've never felt more woman, and I am, as always, your Alexandria. It seemed that these two were very deeply in love. But of course we know that the marriage got interrupted, and that Alexandria's father actually did not approve of the wedding. Okay, press clipping. Hundreds dead in Thadium explosion. And it looks like one heck of an explosion, actually. That looks like a nuclear detonation. In a blast from the Free Press Corps. In a blast of heat and fury, Thaddeus Research Facility No. 2 disappeared this morning, taking much of the idyllic village of Stonehead with it. Company officials continue to deny any connection between the company and the blast, saying, quote, "As you know, it's been several centuries since we sacrificed a virgin to the fire gods. We were due for this one." End quote. Nice. Critics, on the other hand, point to the smoking remnants of Facility No. 1 and the strange mineral thadium, which eyewitnesses claim has been smuggled in under the cover of night. So thadium apparently packs a punch. Probably much more so than that bag of gunpowder we have. Okay. I have a brush here and a canvas. Oh. And we can use it. So you can get rid of all this. Make sure there's no hidden things that I should be seeing. That top part just doesn't want to go away for some reason. There we go. Alright. We have number 1, build bridge. Number 2, ambush. Number 3, dig trenches. Number 4, latrine cleaning. Oh, that's fun. Number 5, coup d'etat. Number 6, infiltrate and destroy. Number 7, serve mess. 8, burn and pillage. 9, split the troops. 10, distraction. 11, drop thadium. 12, Verify message. I like how verify the message is at the very, very end of doing everything else. This must be a very, very trigger-happy army. Okay, so we have that. It definitely looks like a mix of a battle plan plus kind of daily activities for a commanding soldier or something like that. Interesting. Let's see, it doesn't look like we can turn around and look at that other painting, so let's go to this area. This must be one of Lucien's paintings. I actually have an acquaintance of mine who paints in a very similar style. And what looks like a painting of Alexandria, although it's half burned in the fireplace. That's not good. And I don't think there's anything else to see here, so we'll leave. Nope, can't interact with any of that. So I guess we'll go... Let's see. Should we go this way? Or go down? Let's go down first. Another blocked passageway. And another suit of armor where I can open and close the visor. Looks like a big door. And it looks like we can activate it.
Good Lord, who are you? Never mind. Stay inside. The hordes nearly broke through. Castle's deserted. I'm the only one left. But I won't desert General Kaine. Not this bloke. What are you grinning at,
Okay, so apparently with all those sounds of war out there, there's just one soldier out there protecting the fort. There must be a lot of automated guns out there. Or he's gone completely insane and he just thinks that the fort is being attacked. I guess that's another possibility. Here we have looks like a member of royalty, either a king or an emperor. You can see the little Z on his scepter for Zork. And he has a three-eyed cat, which is kind of creepy. My guess is he's probably one of the flatheads. And it looks like... Yeah, there's a central area there we can go down opposite that door. There's either a real or a replica of a cannon here. What's this way? Oh, this looks lavish. I wonder if this is General Kaine's quarters. Excuse me. Pick up the broken off hilt of a sword. And we have a dog that looks like it doubles as a cannon. Nothing really happens. Ah, but we can open up his behind. Well, let's see, if that's a cannon, maybe the gunpowder will go in there. Ah, it can. Okay. Now, gunpowder will provide an explosion, but a cannon also needs actually a projectile to shoot. Let's see, it looks like there's a little bowl of golden bones there, but it doesn't look like we can actually pick them up, so maybe there's another projectile around here somewhere. Or something that we can use as a projectile. Some tapestries, piano, although it doesn't look like we can walk over and play it. Let's see it at the next screen. Can't zoom in on the deer head, but we can zoom in on the fireplace. Ah! This looks like the other part of the sword, so let's see if they can merge together here.
Take it. Take it! You should be with me. You belong by my side. Children draw pictures. Men fight. If you didn't sleep with the Archbishop's daughter, I wouldn't even know that you were a man.
I don't want you to talk about her.
Who? Your whore? Maybe I'll try her myself.
Finish.
I said, finish it!
So yeah, definitely some father-son issues going on here. But the good news is we got a sword, which is awesome. You don't always get armed in an adventure game, so it's nice to have one. I don't know how long we'll keep it though, and my guess is it's probably actually not to do any fighting. This door appears to be inaccessible, so I guess we'll just head back. And I guess we'll just have to be on the lookout for something to put into that dog cannon, because right now we only have the sword, and that's definitely not going to fit. Okay, we came from that side, we went around here, so I guess we'll go up. Oh, no, can't go this way, it's still blocked, and sure enough, there's still a visor suit of armor. That just screams puzzle, so I'm sure we'll see what the solution is sooner or later. Another one. Rule of thumb for adventure games, whatever setting it's in, change it. Chances are that's probably the more likely position it needs to be at to solve whatever you need to solve. Okay. Now, I guess the place down below was kind of maybe a more kind of a receiving room, or perhaps even a dining area, whereas this actually, with the bed here, is probably actually the General's quarters or room. Note to note to self: order more nitro. Definitely the General's room. Okay. Once again, we can't get into the closet. Oops. No, that's not it. Here we go. Okay. We have a note here. Kane, your pathetic attempts to harness the lethal magic of Thadium were futile. The Guild is now supporting my cause, and we have something far more powerful than Thadium. In 5 years, your precious Irondune will be nothing more than dust blowing in a wasteland, and your men as weak and womanish as your own Lucien. Signed, Elrond. Boy, the Elf Lord has gotten kind of militant. Nah, that's not Elrond. That's just Elrond. Okay. So Kane seems to be having some kind of dispute with Elrond, hence maybe why that battle's going on outside. And he claims to have something more powerful than Thadium, which, considering how powerful we see it to be, is kind of disturbing to think about. Oh, we have some nitro. Nice. Man, we're just loading up the explosives here. 5 brave fellows stand guard over my dungeon. 3 are blind, 2 can see, but as a whole, they form the key. This sounds like those suits of armor, in which case 3 must have their visors down and 2 up. But we still don't know which is which. if that's indeed what that is pointing to. Okay, Arch 7th, 925. General Kaine, I have been made aware of the presence of thadium in your vicinity and of a particular invention which... a particular invention which may assist me in my battles. Whatever you require to fund your experiment, I will gladly provide. Svobar... Oh boy, is that an A? Ainsej, his last name, and General of the Royal Quendorian Army. Estuary, 29th, 925. The Enchanters Guild has formed a coalition, and I am losing control of the Westlands. Lord Elrond is under their control. I can no longer rely on the magic of the scroll. Svobar. Captain, I am missing 20 sacks of gunpowder. How can I defeat my enemies abroad when Irondune itself is not secure? Look into it. Kane. Okay. So, not all is well within the fortress besides the father-son thing. Okay, here we have a picture. It actually kind of looks like Sophia. That might have been her a bit younger than she is now. Although, with the long hair, maybe it's just that's the way it makes her look. May we always be together. Okay. Another clue. It seems the General had a relationship with Sophia. So 2 of the alchemists seem to be romantically involved with each other. Some more tapestries on the walls. And sure enough, he has a picture of Sophia, right, and actually mostly covering his picture of his own son. Again, not a very good sign. We have a chest at the head of the bed, but it is locked. Perhaps that's what will open if we get the whole visor thing with the suits of armor fixed. Number 5, Oracle. I don't know what to make of Lucien's odd behavior, painting pictures of naked women and then hiding them on his own easel. He's becoming a man with a man's free will, but what of my missing gunpowder and supplies? Am I to tolerate insurrection in the name of my son's independence? It seems that he wants nothing better than to irritate me. Much more of this, and I will be forced to send him to his mother in Antharia. Okay, so Lucien's mother actually still alive, but it seems that his parents are distant, if not separated. One more area over here. Let me guess, can't go through the door. Yep. Okay, book The New Blood Alchemists, Reaching Beyond the Fifth Essence. Okay. A lot of words here, but it's just these 2 pages, it looks like. Vain puffers who spend too much time at the bellows, seeking in our sacred science a slight banker's craft, sifting through vile ashes, fool's gold in thy fingers. What thou reapeth, keepeth, for thine inheritance shall be noxious fumes, and burns blacker than thy hearts. This swindling sophistry belongeth not to the one great work, but to the one false implementer. All Zork will cheer thy ruin. True alchemy careth not for the gold of this small place. He that hath everything needeth nothing. When the air and the terra, the aqua and the ignis, molten with their metals and the one element that maketh them whole, then what is wrong shall be made right. What is unknown become known. What is lost shall be found. For this is the corpus glorificationes, the elixir of life, the end to all. Chapter 6. The 4 Elements. The 4 elements correspond to the 4 humors. The fire is the yellow bile, cholera. The air is the blood, sanguis. The water is the phlegm, pituita. And the earth is the black bile, melancholia. Of these four humors, we know blood reigns as the element primordial. The blood of man is the reservoir of nourishment, both spiritual and substantial, and it is the work of the blood to meet such nourishments from head to heart, quickening the dead bones, and raising the vile body to the sphere of the immortal soul. In the purification of the blood lies the purification of all things. In the worth of the blood lies the worth of all things. In the cost of the blood is the cost paid for all things. There is only this way, and none other. In this bloody fifth element, and then, of course, we can't go beyond that, but, oh man, all of this weird, trying to be really old-fashioned spelling is really getting to be annoying when I try to read it. But anyway, this says in poetic form a lot of what we've already been told, actually. The idea that the real point of getting the fifth element is not so much for something as banal as gold, but actually to obtain immortality. We got a photo album. Okay, so given this picture here, this looks like this is Kane's wife, so that must be Lucien as a small boy. Really small boy. Let's see, it says something maybe temperature at which you attempt to cast the metal. Casting at too cool of a temperature is useless. Casting with too intense of heat can have fatal results, of which proof is my recently destroyed laboratory in Fenshire. Seal here, I wonder if this is some kind of knightly order. General granted knighthood. I think I can read this bottom part here, but I can't really read the text. General Thaddeus Kane of the Desert River Regiment, granted knighthood. Oh, so I guess that CO was an order of knights. Okay. This side one, I have to turn my head to read it. Kane and Elrond, dispute turns to war. Fight erupts over border regions lying between former Aragine and Desert River Province. Maj 20th, 924. Okay, so it's a border dispute, it seems, or at least that's what it started out to be. Oh, okay, we can actually zoom in on this one. The ever-increasing tensions between Lord Elrond and Sir General Kaine reached their height yesterday evening when Lord Elrond declared war on General Kaine. The fight has become even more critical because of Kaine's rumored creation of thadium, the lethal zirradiated ore. It's like being irradiated, but in Zork. Elrond, now allied with the powerful and political Enchanters Guild of the Westlands, has been rumored to have purchased a lethal scroll from the wizard Bilbaz. The results of this never-ending feud should have a major impact on Sniovar and whether his empire is able to expand or unite the entire Zork lands. Okay. Here's General Kaine. There's the sword right there that we now have. And appears he's a dog person. And there's the wizard Bilbaz again. He shows up actually in the next game, although just as a cameo, really. Okay, we can zoom in on this one too, so I'll go ahead and read this. Thaddeus Kane of Desert River Province, famous for his battle against the barbarian hordes, was granted knighthood today. In an elaborate ceremony at Sniovar's palatial estate in Arondune, Sniovar anointed Thaddeus Kane to the applause of various well-wishers, including Sophia Hamilton of the Desert River Branch Conservatory, and Francois Malvo, noted author of the Brogmoid Fallacies. In the, quote, name of the rightful and unified kingdom of Zork, Sniovar thanked General Kaine for his struggle to defeat the barbarian and trollish hordes that have been recently threatening the kingdom. Okay. So, I guess in the post-Empire era, what has arisen is actually a kingdom of Zork instead of an empire. And Sniovar must be the current ruler. I wonder if that was actually his picture out on that tapestry outside. The joy of encryption. Oh, this is certainly not going to be a clue. Okay. Looks like the middle of some random book thing here. Mission of protecting Lord Dimwit from the riotous residents of the frigid river valley who oppose the giant statue His Royal excessively Highness was constructing at the expense of their neighborhood. Flathead's men were told to memorize the last line of the popular Zorkian anthem, "You ain't nothing but a hellhound." Nice. This signal would distinguish Flathead's undercover men from the local marauders, but everyone forgets a code now and then, which has been highlighted. And when it came right down to the sword point, who knows the last line to the song anyways? With his men stammering, "You ain't nothing but a hellhound," which is the first line rather than "You ain't no friend of mine," which is indeed the last, Lord Dimwit lost 3,000 of his best men and vowed to make Elvis Flathead required listening for his troops in the future. In a battle between mathematics and magic, magic will always have the upper hand. In the course of Vice-Regent Sauvignyard's campaign against the powerful Enchanters Guild... Ooh, I wonder if that was the same guy or if this was one of his ancestors. Siovar's spies would attempt to send encrypted reports back to the castle of Zork, only to find that the numbers would rearrange themselves before the very eyes of the codebreakers, forming nonsensical non sequiturs such as "Thaumaturgy is a walk on a slippery walk," and "Religion is a smile on a yipple." Sauvignard then implemented the Zenigma, based on Enigma, get it? Mechanical encryption device, replacing the more fallible mathematic mnemonic systems with pulsing electricity. Clearly where the wizards are concerned, and here's the highlighted part, the best secret is the secret you do not have to hide. Hint, hint. Would be that by doing a rudimentary exchange of the numerical base conversions for the corresponding characters, one could establish an initial transitional table of values. Applying this method, we can reconstruct the first message fragment to be, while the sun is between the second and third quarter. However, the creators of this scheme, or schema, predicted such an obvious decryption approach, and took measures to ensure that any such attempt would not only fail to produce the real message, but, through careful wording by the encrypting party, would result in a convincingly realistic false message, with occasionally humorous and often disastrous results. Cryptologists have long considered their science to be more entertainment than work. It is nonetheless so in Zork, with its peculiar Quindorian fondness for the odd puzzle and palimpsest. Palimpsest? I'm not sure how to pronounce that word. To the enchanters, encryption is a game, that's highlighted, a magical way of life. Have you ever had the experience of a furious enchanter rushing at you as you leave the market, screaming at the top of his lungs, "Zuka, Zuka, Zoo," only to stop dead in his tracks, unable to remember if he is casting a spell that will bless you with sharp hearing for the remainder of your natural life, or turn your recently purchased eggs into overripe cabbage? Odds are he's attended a top thaumaturgical college, been given a book with a few decent, fairly powerful spells, and spent a good deal of time trying to memorize all of the trendy new incantations. But let's face it, if those magic words weren't encrypted, he'd be out of a job. There's a very casual approach to sorcery in the Zork series. Alright, more notes. Dear Kane, I have long dwelt in the power of air, but not considered it as a source of purification. At such velocities as your blueprints describe, I feel sure it would tear impurities from even the very core of evil. Excuse me. I'm certain none but the purest metal could withstand it. Destruction or purity, a perfect solution. Still, I have some misgivings. Before air, your plans suggest the simultaneous combustion of forces of fire, water, and earth. This must necessarily be an explosive combination. but not an impossible problem. I have long experimented with the injection molding for limb replacement. As long as the mold is inserted into the case holding before applying heat, my experiments have been successful. Sartorius. Okay, Sartorius' handwriting is so spidery, it's always hard to read it. Okay, so a lot of notes in here. But let's be on our way. Okay, so that's where we were. Let's head upstairs this time. This is basically the room that's between Kane's room and his son's room. This looks kind of like a casual hangout kind of area, because I can see a pool table. Looks like there's a bar. Lots of stools. Nothing really to interact with here. Looks like there's maybe a little game thing down, a game table there, but I can't access it. We can go over to the pool table and to, looks like a foosball table. Hey. But as usual, can't go through the other doors. Try all the knobs here, but it doesn't seem to actually do anything. Yep, just does the same thing over and over. It's nice to know that the Zorks have, or Zorkians or whatever, have foosball. Okay. First button, candles and broomsticks. Second button, shaving a cat. Third button, fishing in the desert. Fourth button, triple splinter. Fifth button is to shoot. So if we look here, it seems like this is an automatic machine, so it sets up certain shots. Perhaps famous shots from master pool players, maybe? But anyway, let's see. The only thing that actually has anything to do with where we are seems to be fishing in the desert, which is number 3. So let's try that one. Number 3. And then I think it says 5 is shoot. Now, if I remember correctly, that will then, as you can see, drops the balls in a certain order, so that when they show up here, they have a certain order to read. So let's just remember this number. We have 7, 4, 1, 9, 5, 3. So we'll save that for later. And I think that's pretty much it for this room. This should be, yeah, we're back to Lucien's room. So the question is, where can we find out which of these suits of armor should be able to see, as in with their visors up, and which ones are supposed to have their visors down? We could do it by trial and error, but that would take some time. So I need to quickly look around and see if we can avoid doing that. Maybe I missed a tapestry somewhere around here. Because my guess is that whatever it is going to open this chest here. Although, wait a minute. What if we tried to blow the lock? Oh, okay, never mind. That works. I just thought that maybe we could use the nitro on that. And I remembered correctly. A couple things here. Some scrolls. Ah, breaking the siege of Irondune. Okay. Let's see. Could build Could build bridges with enemy distracted, then split the troops. Oh yeah, this is the order of the list that we saw on the easel. Decoy with powder. Infiltrate through here to... I can't really read that part. Copper Hill, maybe? Elrond's cannons. I wonder if that's what's all those firing is coming from over there. Destroy cannons and Elrond will fall. Okay. And the blue one? The Eastlands. Okay. So I believe this may be where... Yeah, there's Irondune. It's nice to have a little geography, actually, so let's have a look at this. The Temple of Agrippa is where the alchemists are. It's where we started the game, and that's right here. So it's in the northern part of the desert. Irondune is down here, so this is where we are now, near the port of Tumper. This area over here is the Forbidden Lands, and actually that may describe this area as well, since that's the subtitle of the game. We have the forests of Famathria. Fenshire is up here. Flathead Mountains. Aragane Province, or Aragoth Province. I can't actually read whether that's a TH or an IN. It's kind of hard to read. Port Fusel. Again, this is where actually you're going to start off in the next game of the series, is over here. The monastery that we were just in was here. It's where the volcanoes are. Conservatory, that's where Sophia is. And let's see, where's that symbol? Right here. Oh, that makes sense, along the river. Yeah, okay, so along a water source. The castle of Zork. Oh, is actually right next to Irondune. Okay. And finally, the asylum, which I believe is where we're going to go when we go to where Sartorius is way up here in the north. It looks like an icy place. And again, this whole region over here is labeled Forbidden Lands. So that's kind of nice to be able to get some geography here. Finally, we have some more notes. General, I have found some items pertinent to your collection. The most remarkable weapons of assassination. A sword that masks as a snake. That's cool. And a clever cannon disguised as a cat. Oh, maybe that wasn't a dog. That was actually a cat with a cannon. Lord Flathead himself commissioned the menagerie of arms to show that his compassion for animals runs as deep as his nature is violent. I will arrange a showing at your convenience. Sincerely, M.K. Frobsworth. October 16th, 9:30. Dearest Thaddeus, I lie here in my bed and listen to the poetics, and I miss you. Damn Elrond. I know you are fighting for what you believe in. I hate him for what he's done to you, and I hate him even more for keeping you from me. But still, there are those I hate more. I'm so jealous, Thaddeus. You can pick up a sword and gore your enemy in the name of all you love. My enemy is bosomy and soft-spoken, and she wears a dress and sleeps in your bed, my heart. Would that I could be your wife, that we could have a family, something more than stolen moments, this lost life of mine. I cling to our dear mad doctor and his dreams of oblivion. For an eternity with you I will endure all his pretentious alchemical trumpetings, and 50 Lady Kanes, and 100 Elronds. As ever, Sophia. Okay. So, Sophia seemed fiercely jealous of Kane's wife, and to the point of even violence. Again, this is not looking very good.